What's up, guys? It's RevJ again. Right now it is April 20th at like 3 p.m. and that means in about an hour and 20 minutes, well, I'm gonna be pretty much completely useless. But see, it's decent out today, so I still wanted to get something done in the garage, hence the road noise. So I came up with 5 projects that are lazy as hell that I can get done in about an hour. So the first one on my list is this right here, an oil catch can. Now why? A lot of high performance engines, whether it be late model, old school, forced induction especially, suffer from oil blow-by issues, where oil is getting by the rings or escaping past the PCV system, ending up in the intake. Then you get that oily buildup. SRT4s, for example, which I've had one and I know this firsthand, get a lot of oil in the charge piping, the cold side piping, because of oil blow-by and oil getting by the PCV system, right? A catch can like this, whether it be a vented design or a sealed design, whatever right for your application, can eliminate that problem. The oil drains into here, separated from your air, you don't get oily buildup, or at least you reduce oily buildup. You can drain this out, should solve the problem, or at least lessen it a good bit. What you really need to install one is to know where your vacuum lines go. Your car will thank you. It's pretty cheap to do, pretty easy to do, can be done in about 20 minutes, and the cost is usually like under 50 bucks, depending which one you go with. That's number 1 on the list. Number 2 on the list, right, is again, something else that can be done on almost every vehicle. Actually, this one doesn't even matter if it's a late model or not, high performance or not, and that is seafoam, right? So seafoam, I don't need to tell you guys about it. You probably already know about it. Is it a project? Not really, but it's something you can do in your shop that makes a big difference very quickly. Lawnmowers, cars, put it in your oil before an oil change, put it in your fuel to clean your fuel system. It's good routine maintenance. It works better than almost any other injector cleaner, let alone a chemical that can do multiple things. It's also a decent solvent if you want to put it on a rag to wipe something down. Seafoam. Again, what, like $6-7, something like that. Even if you put it in the intake path, I think it takes about 5 minutes to suck it in. You warm the vehicle up. What's that, 20 minutes tops for seafoam? And in some cases, if you have a lot of carbon buildup on the top end, a lot of clogged fuel injectors, for example, if your motor sat for a while, like a lot of the LS motors that people are getting out of junkyards, right? The injectors are clogged up, boom, seafoam. So third on the list, we've got to move on to the inside. I've had one on my car for a while. It's easy, costs about $120, and literally takes 5 minutes to install. That is ScanGauge 2. Plugs into the OBD port quickly and easily. It gets all your engine readings off the OBD2. If you don't want to carry around a laptop or don't want to do data logging all the time, or you need a simple set of 4 basic gauges you can put anywhere, the ScanGauge 2 is pretty much your answer. This thing is simple. It can work on almost any vehicle that's got an OBD port. It's been indispensable for me since I built this truck. I would put it on anything, and because it doesn't really permanently install, I could take mine out and put it on a different vehicle right now. In a pinch, when I didn't have an OBD scanner, I have before. That's why number 3 on the list, the ScanGauge 2. Last summer when I did the head upgrades and the headers and everything else under the hood here on the Hatred Copter C10, and that is doing a fireproof heat wrap around my plug wires, right? I used to be running Taylor wires and had some problems with them when I switched to the new headers last year. If you guys haven't checked that video out, I'll put it up here somewhere, please do that. I switched over to some MSD wires, and I also went ahead and added a fireproof and heat resistant shield around it, right? All you do with it is go ahead and install it over your plug wires. It slips right over the end. In my case, I use some safety wire to tie the upper and lower parts in place. Some of them include like a steel zip tie, a steel band clamp, but don't use plastic zip ties. They will burn off very quickly. If you have tight header clearance, like for turbo manifolds or some of the swap headers like I've got on here, these things can be great. They can save the life of your plug wires. Nothing is less fun than coming out, getting a heat-soaked engine and realize that you've arced against one of your headers, melted a plug wire, you gotta change it on the side of the road. About a 20-minute install, super easy to do. Nobody can fuck this one up. They look good, it's a high-performance look, and it has a very real effect on saving the lives of your plugs and your plug wires if you have a tight clearance issue or are generating a lot of heat under hood. That's why it's number 4. Number 5 on the list, the last one, simple projects you can do on the car or in the garage, because you've only got an hour and it is going to be 4:20 today very soon, and that is cleaning your tools, right? It's spring, you haven't used the shop in a while, you realize that a lot of your shit has just been sitting in whatever muck you got it into last year. It's a good idea, go ahead and clean up your tools, right? And it makes all of your future projects a lot more enjoyable. Really, all you need for this is a rag, or in this case, a pair of underwear being used as a rag, a set of tools, and usually a solvent or something like that. Seafoam does work. I mentioned seafoam earlier. Otherwise, some carb cleaner, rubbing alcohol, whatever you've got around, even gasoline in a pinch, though I don't like the residue it can leave. If you take care of your tools will take care of you. That is 5 projects you can do in under like an hour and 20 minutes on 420. Thank you guys for watching. I've got my social media information on the screen. If you haven't checked out those videos I mentioned, please go ahead and do so. I really hate filming with the garage door open because of the road noise, but I'm doing my best. Can't wait till the new shop situation works out. So, I guess that's it for now, guys. Clean your tools, put in a scan gauge, put on a catch can if you need it, but you probably need it. Put some heat adapters on some heat protectors on your plug wires. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.